The Page of Swords, like I said, I'm always that person who's really hurt on the Page of Swords. I don't know why. It's, you know, I'm sorry, Page. You're it, okay, for me in the deck. Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome to your extended from yesterday's reading. So we're talking about change and being clear in communication and really feeling the focus of getting things done this week. Of course, there's still work to be done, but we're going to look at the energies a little more in depth today. This is and welcome to your extended. So the energies for this week, the first thing that came out was the Two of Pentacles. So we're going to go in a little deeper into that and see what else we can get from it. So let me see here. I've taken the transient light tarot. So let's see what else we can come up with this too. Yeah. The Four of Vessels talks about, really is the Four of Cups. And that's the standstill that you've been feeling. The fact that the Four comes in and then the Two, it tells me that you've been going. We were looking at the Seven also of Cups yesterday, like too many choices, whittling it down, whittling it down, whittling it down. To me, that only shows that you have you figured out what you've wanted. Okay, you've started to figure out, it's like going through a basket and figuring out what you really want to keep. You pare it down, then you pare it down some more, and you pare it down some more. So now you've finally started to realize that the standstill is you know, not as long anymore. It's like things are going to start to happen. You're juggling between one and two things, and your choices are getting to be pretty accurate and pretty focused on a few things that you really, really, really want to see come to light. You've understood that it takes, it's more important to focus on a few things rather than all things in order to get something moving. Okay? So, the standstill, the boredom, all of that, it's going away. The more you walk, the more you are sure of the direction that you want to go into. Okay, so your block for the week came in as the Magician, which was a strange card to get because I even pulled an extra one to find out why somebody who has the power to take actions, to make things happen, why would that be a block? Well, if you're not ready to take action because you've been whittling and whittling, yeah, the Magician could probably be sitting there impatient, trying to let's go, okay? So look, this is what I feel. See, you have the Hermit here and the Light. I feel that the Magician is the bee and the Light is you. And the Magician is trying to just like come in and say, come on, let's get to work, let's get things done. But you're sitting in the Light going, well, hold on, there's still some stuff I'd like to do. There's still some introspection I'd like to take a look at and see. And I feel that your internal Magician that has the tools, let's just get started on something. Let's create a change somewhere. Let's do something. You're stuck and you're not moving anywhere. Let's do anything at all. All right? So, the next part I refer to as a crown and a ground, and I started with the crown, and what came out was the Death card, which I absolutely love. So I always call the crown like the upper, you know, the upper echelons of spirituality and what connects you to, you know, what comes next. I always see it as a high and below, all of that stuff, right? Regardless of if it's not. I feel your vibrational energy for spirituality. You can see it any way you want. And if it's all around you, then it's all around you. But it's your higher self, most definitely. Your higher self knows there's something happening. there's something going on, right? You feel it. And this is how it feels. It feels like you are walking and there's just that little faraway voice in the corner going, big changes are coming. You're changing every day. Okay? You hear it. It's faint, but it's there. And you're saying, how though? And they're going, you are. Some things you don't even realize you are, but you are. Okay? So it's there. It's definitely happening, regardless of what you, of what's going on in the present moment. Okay? So that's what I feel. So regardless of what's coming on, what's happening right now, and right now in the present, nothing yet to do with the past, nothing yet to do with the future, because that's not here yet. It is right now, in the right now. The more you are in the present moment, the more you become aware that the changes are happening. Okay? And this is it. This is like this communication. It's communication from your higher self, communication for others. Everything's kind of falling into place. And you can't exactly put your finger on it or how or why, but you know it's happening. Now in your ground you have the Six of Emotion. Yesterday there was a few things that came in with this card. It was about finding the childlike joy, embracing it, but it comes down to this, just the general idea of joy is such a raw and beautiful, pure emotion. Okay, that's why we have it at such a young age. It is a tool, but we often do not realize how important it is until much later. You have the Proclaimer here. Yeah, the Proclaimer is the Hierophant. He's the wisdom keeper. He sits on Mount High and he explains things to you, okay? Things that need to be changed, that don't fit. Things that we keep doing on repeat that don't fit our lives anymore, but we do it out of habit. We do it because our parents taught us to do it. We do it for self-preservation. We do it for all kinds of things. But the one thing that we don't do is the Proclaimer is here to break some of these traditions, okay? Some of these belief systems that no longer fit. The way that I compared it to yesterday is that we oftentimes think that to take a shower, you must be standing up. Well, who says you can't lie down or sit down or do whatever you want, right? Just because you're thought a certain way doesn't mean that it can't be improved or worked on or even modified for any reason whatsoever. The only time I would say is if it causes harm to anybody. Like I said yesterday, please, think it through. You don't want to harm no one. That's my one rule. At least try very hard. Sometimes we don't realize we are, but if you do, and the things that you do is blatantly obvious that it's not going to benefit or hurt somebody, then don't do it, okay? You know better, and that's just the way it is, okay? Sometimes we like to go, it's just a little thing. Doesn't matter. Little things add up. That's how we get stuck in the same old thing, right? That's how we get into societies where there's oppressed people, because it's just a little thing and another little thing and another. That becomes a very big thing. That becomes, well, that's the way it is. So what they want you to do is to go, and as a child is never held back by anything. You ever look at a kid? They'll take a shower laying down, Heck, they'll take a shower in a puddle. They'll take a bath in a puddle. Okay, so just have that openness of the child to explore, to experience, because I said myself that was very hard because I don't think I had much joy in my childhood. So when people go, go back to childhood joy if you've never had it, how the heck do you do that? Well, you invent it. You create it. You create a childhood and adulthood that you would like, In other words, you get sandals with pretty flowers that you wear for a week straight, and regardless if it matches the outfit, but just because you like those stupid shoes with the flowers, that's your new rule. That's your childlike adult joy, okay? So whatever that is, just go and do it, okay? Joy is a great enabler of many things. It helps you create things. It helps you get through life. It helps make every moment meaningful. Okay, so as much as you can infuse it, and I know you can't have it every second of every day, but as much of it as you can infuse in your life, do it. Excitement, joy, anticipation, love, everything, okay? So, in the past, you had the 7 of emotions, which is the 7 of cups. So that's what it's talking about. From many choices to less choices to even less choices. You had started making different things. You decided, I have all of this, I don't know what to do, but then you started, well, I've got to do something, and it just moved forward from that point. So you have come a very, very long way, and I said yesterday before I began, good job. You've come such a long way. And like I said, some of you, if you haven't seen yesterday, you'll think, yeah, but I feel like I've just been putting out fires since the beginning of the year. Yeah, good job. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of action and a lot of perseverance to put out fires. So good job. Don't worry, okay? Everything you do to better yourself is to help better yourself in the end, isn't it? Okay, so let's see. All right. Right. And in your future, your choices are going to be more, I like the future card coming in now. In the future, your choices are going to be more modified, more, together. Actually, I think that this future card is to talk about the next card of what's coming in the future. This was a little bit of a red flag yesterday, and it's going to remain one today. The Queen of Inspiration is the Queen of Wands, and she is in reverse. And if you have that coming in the future, which is what we're looking at, it's because at some point, somewhere, you're kind of turning the lights off is what I feel. It's like putting the vibrancy down on the passion and the happiness. And we do that a lot. We work and work and work at something, and once we've nailed it to one thing, we move on. We don't take time to sit in that vibrancy and that confidence and that beauty and the optimism of the thing that we have accomplished. It is such, don't be so quick to run into a direction of just getting away from the joy of the moment, okay? If you've accomplished something, sit there and sit in that accomplishment for a little bit, as much as you can. It's hard, because once you've done it, it feels like a fait accompli. In other words, done deal, and then you move forward. And in this case, you don't need to do that. You need to just say, I'll give you an example. I'm a big walker right now. I walked a path that I'd walked last year that was great difficulty to me. I walked it yesterday, and it was not difficult. So much so that I was carrying bags with stuff in it, going uphill, and was talking to hubby. And by the time we reached the top of the hill, I realized that I had carried all the stuff, and he had told me, just give it to me when it gets to be too much, just a little bag of stuff. But I had completely forgotten, had been in discussion, had gone up the hill. So in other words, I was talking, going uphill, and carrying something, and didn't notice. And I felt like I did a little happy joy dance when I realized what I had accomplished, how far I had come, how good my lung capacity, my endurance had come. And instead of just going, okay, I've done that, next goal, I stayed in that moment and I kept talking about it like a child, right? I did it. I can't believe I did it. I can't believe how great this was. Look at me. I am strong. I am getting better every single day. And I just stayed there. And even today, I feel great thinking about it. So don't be in such a rush for the next goal. My goal is 10,000 steps to begin with and a better health. But this is all on the road too. Okay? Don't forget the small stuff that happens in between that's meant to be celebrated. Okay? Don't dim your vibrancy in the future because of the big goal at the end. Okay? All right, so what was really fun about yesterday is I talked about an Emperor vibe, and then the Emperor card came in. So how do others see you? They see you as the Emperor. The Emperor is the stable one, the one who has the master plan. He is the leader. He urges stability. He is all about achievement. He's all about leadership. And people are seeing you like that. They're saying, look at that. Look at that person. Knows where they want to go. Knows what they want to be. Beautiful. They got it together. So let's see here. Woo, 2 came in. All right. So look, this is the Chariot and the Ace of Vessels. Right. Where are you leading it, though? I love the clarifiers here. The clarifiers is saying you're leading with your heart. It's not just about task and focus and goals. It's about leading with love and joy. Okay? When you do something, you do it with love. Do you think that as somebody who is exercising for health, do you think that it's much more fun to think about it with all these little accomplishments? I feel so good about myself. I feel fit. I feel strong. That feels great. Just the act of, oh, I gotta walk today. Do you see the energy and how different it is? Okay? And by the way, if you want to do it my way, just throw out the scale. That's what I did. And that solved all of my problems. It solved all of my problems. I still measure once a month if I want to see if there's any difference in my physical shape, but I don't get on the scale. And I don't think I plan to until maybe in September, October, maybe not even then. I don't know. For now, that's what I do. And it's a lot more fun to see clothes fit differently. It's a lot more fun to fit in something that's... I go to stores to try clothes, and I know I've dropped one size, which is awesome because I fit in a smaller size. That joy is so much more fun than a scale. Measuring and seeing inches go down, much more fun than a scale. Walking and being able to have endurance, much more fun than a scale. Bring the fun back in your life, but make yourself strong, endurance, stable. Give yourself a structure, something to work towards, okay? But do it from the heart. Move it along in a way that is going to bring you happiness. All right, so how do others see you? 2 cards came out. It was the Page of Voices, which is the Page of Swords, and also the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands. One represents ideas, very young, new, fresh ideas that sound really great. Doesn't mean they're perfect, they just are new and fresh. And you also have the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Leadership, right? The King of Decision Making. And this is how you feel right now. You feel full of fresh ideas and an ability to move forward towards those ideas and that leadership and that energy. 9 of Swords, yeah. Now, of course, because it's of the mind, there's a little... pay attention to this. Don't let your mind take over completely, okay? The Page of Swords, like I said, I'm always that person who's really hurt on the Page of Swords. I don't know why. It's, you know, I'm sorry, Page. You're it, okay, for me in the deck. The Page of Swords is the great idea that sounds really true, but it has a little bit of a, every time I see the Page of Swords, I see that poor page swinging at clouds, thinking they're real, okay? And that's the thing, chasing windmills, swinging at clouds, and they're not always real. And the 9 of Swords is showing me the indication that sometimes you will talk yourself out of something out of sheer anxious thinking. And you kind of have to morph out of it. You have to morph out of that kind of way of thinking, okay? Because this is you. This is what you're putting out there. It's like, I'm having back talk, but I appear to be really secure and in my leadership role. And yeah, that's what I was looking with the magic, okay? The magician and stuff. Again, it's like the magician going, you have all the tools, what are you waiting for? The bee's going, let's work. Let's do this. Let's work it in. Let's do it. There's still that little fear coming in, telling you, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to be safe first, you know? Everybody wants to have like a 99, this is the page, 99.9% guarantee that it's going to work before you ever take a step. And you'd say, well, that makes sense. You want success, so. But that's a lie. That's a lie. Nobody can guarantee you a specific amount, okay? If it looks good, why not take the steps forward? If you trip, okay, and not fall, but trip a little bit, what will you do? Well, you'll clear off whatever tripped you, right? So it doesn't do it again. You've learned something valuable. Don't spend your time protecting yourself from the possibilities of things that may or may not cause you a great hindrance. We all want to learn something. You can't just protect yourself from every single thing. You're never going to learn a thing. You're just going to stay in protection and not accomplish anything. Okay? I always think that it's the hardest part is to take those first few steps. They're so hard to do. It's so hard to take those steps, to just walk forward and go, okay, go ahead, let's go. But once you can manage it, once you can take the lead and move forward, oh, what great things you can accomplish, okay? Example, I said I hated walking. I hate walking. I hate walking. No, I don't want to walk. I hate walking. Well, walk at different places. Get in your car, walk. I said, oh, the road's too busy in front of my house. People are going 80, 90. They're going to run me over. Well, drive over to the next town that's like 2 minutes down the road. Or, yeah, and then walk on the sidewalks. Pick another town that's 5 minutes away and walk on their sidewalks. Okay? Pick a trail. There's a trail that goes cross country here with old train tracks. Old trains used to run, and they've now made them trails where people can walk and bike. Walk those, okay? Again, it's the page. I don't like walking. I have developed that. I'm not going to do it. Are you doing the same thing? Take those first steps. Take those first walks. Do that first week. Was it that bad? No, actually, it was pretty good. There's some pretty good benefits, especially mentally. Being out in nature, being in those trails is very nice. Okay. Well, can you do more? Of course I can do more. Are you getting? Are you understanding? Okay. So, your hopes and fears is the Two of Emotions and the Ace of Materials. So, you really want to plant the seed. You want to be inspired. You want this to happen. Okay, whatever this is. I still feel you're trepidatious in a way. You're going, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to happen. I'm not sure, right? You really want to harmonize to it. And look, the Ace of Coins, it's here again. Okay? When you get a seed, Pisces, you have to plant it. If you don't plant it, nothing happens to it. Have you ever bought those envelopes with flowers that have seeds or tomatoes or whatever, and you leave them like hanging around the house and you don't do anything with them? What happens? Absolutely nothing. Is the potential there? Yeah, you have potential for food, flower, color, places for bees to go, right? Are you doing anything with them? No. Okay. So what does that mean? You gotta plant. You gotta plant them to do it. Okay? There you go. Clarity. Breakthrough. You have to plant the thing to make the thing happen. You want harmony? You have to work at it. You have to plant harmonious thoughts, harmonious journeys in order to have harmony. You can't just sit there and wish for it. You have to work at it. You have to talk to people. You have to do things. You have to say, hey, I want harmony in my life. How do I get harmony? How do I work on that? Okay? All right. So the last card is the outcome. It's the Seven of Inspirations. To me, that's a card of work. It's a little exasperating if I think about it, but if I look at it in another way, here, you see the star shining brightly, and you see you still fighting somewhat against it, but the Seven is all about overcoming. Just like the Knight of Wands, it's all about overcoming. It's about getting there, doing it, managing it. And I see you doing it. I see you constantly continuing to work at it. My beautiful, beautiful Pisces. Okay. And then victory. You have the Seven of Wands here, but you have the Six of Wands that shows the flag of victory coming in. Okay? So don't give up on yourself. Don't stop trying. Don't stop doing. The only time you fail is when you stop doing, when you stop moving. Okay? Change happens regardless of if you're part of the picture or not. Even if you go outside and everything around you looks the same outside your home, things have changed. Okay? The wind is a different wind. The sun is slightly in a different position. The weather is slightly different. People have different cells growing and shedding off of them. People are older. People are born. Everything continuously changes around you. You can either look at it as something where you want to put the brakes and go, I don't want anything else to change. Or you can embrace it and just look at the world and wonder of how beautiful and amazing life is around you and constantly changing. Okay? Constantly changing. And make it your victory. Make it your win. You want to recognize things. You want to progress in things. You even, if you can, be a role model for people in doing these things, right? This is a validation of what you are looking for. All the hard work you're putting in. And you're going to get that validation. You have to keep on moving. Well, there you go, my beautiful Pisces. This has been your extended. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I think it was beautiful. I think it had some beautiful messages for you. And I think you're awesome. And I will be back tomorrow, of course, and for another reading. And I'm going to send you a lot of love, light, and blessings, my beautiful Pisces. You keep on working on yourself. Keep walking the path towards your destination. And more importantly, enjoy it. And if you don't, find ways to enjoy it. Okay? Find ways to enjoy your life. Get rid of the things that do not fit you anymore. Okay? Like clothes that no longer fit. You can, either put them back out in the world, as it could be, it could be jobs, somebody else may enjoy the job that you don't like. So put it back out there in the world if it's a job, and just, let it go in love, and find the thing that is you. Be you, okay, in everything that you do. Don't you think it's about time? I think it's time. All right, my beautiful Pisces. I'm sending you love, light, blessings. I will see you tomorrow. Take good care of yourself. Bye for now.